Hi everyone, my name is Seanne Heath, and I want to give you a warm welcome to today's show. Something special happens when we take the time to reflect on how good God is to us, and that's exactly what we'll do here today. We've seen time and time again how our perspective has the ability to completely change how we view our situation. We've heard how people can walk through life's hardest situations, yet find joy and contentment when their eyes are fixed on Jesus. In today's show, we'll hear from a lady who has certainly known heartache and trial, yet her attitude is one of gratefulness because of her faith in God. We're happy to sit down with Irene Davis of Hare Bay as she shares a little bit of her story and how good God has been to her. Also joining us to sing a couple of songs, we're pleased to welcome Jessica Stringer as today's musical guest. So I encourage you to lean into what God wants to speak in your life today. Enjoy.
In the darkness we were waiting, without hope, without light, till from heaven you came running. There was mercy in your eyes, to fulfill the law and prophets. To a virgin came the word, from a throne of endless glory to a cradle in the dirt. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. To reveal the kingdom coming and to reconcile the lost, to redeem the whole creation. You did not despise the cross, for even in your suffering you saw to the other side, knowing this was our salvation. Jesus, for our sake you died. So praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. And the morning that you rose, all of heaven held its breath, till that stone was moved for good, for the Lamb had conquered death. And the dead rose from their tombs, and the angels stood in awe, for the souls of all who'd come to the Father are restored. And the church of Christ was born, then the Spirit lit the flame, and now this gospel truth of old shall not kneel, shall not faint. By his blood and in his name, in his freedom I am free, for the love of Jesus Christ, who has resurrected me. Oh, praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty,
Heart Matters will return in just a moment.
Closed captioning provided by Terry's Tents, offering services such as printing, embroidery, craft supplies, and canvas fabrication for over 30 years. Located in Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Scott's Transport Limited is a family-owned and operated full transportation company located in beautiful Deer Lake. In business for over 25 years and with a fleet of modern equipment and dedicated team, we service the growing needs of businesses from Newfoundland and Labrador to Ontario and locations in between. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
RE/MAX would like to say thank you for allowing us to be a part of the most important transaction of your life. Our mandate is giving back to the communities that serve us. We will be honored to help you with your next move. Call any of our offices today and let one of our RE/MAX agents go to work for you.
I'm Irene Davis, and I live in Air Bay. I grew up here. I was 9 years old when I came. I met a wonderful man, and I married him, and I had 5 kids. All while I was raising my family, I always went to church, and I always said God was talking to me. My first time in trusting the Lord, we were down to Lab City. We were all asleep in the bed. It was like somebody whispered in my ear and said, "Get up and go out." And I felt like if it was somebody just took my legs and stood me right up. The place was on fire. The fire truck come and they said we had less than 12 minutes. If we never woke up, that we would never have been survivors. So that's when I first put my faith in the Lord, because I knew 'twas Him that woke me up. My husband had an accident. He slipped off the roof one morning and he ended up in hospital. He broke his back. His lung collapsed, his heart stopped. Doctors told me that I should call my family because he didn't think he was going to make it. I went down to the chapel. I said to my son, I said, "Mom gotta go down." I said, "Mom needs to talk to God." So I went down in the chapel and I cried to the Lord. And that's when the Lord really come into my life. I had my head down, and it was the same if somebody lifted up my chin, and the Lord's face came right out at me. So I said to Winston, I gave him a kiss, and I said, "You're going to be okay. God is going to take care of you." Winston had his surgery. In a week, they got him up and he was walking. So he come home and he had 28 years with me. And God always give me the strength to do and look after him. But when his time come, I said to my son, "Dad is not going to make it this time." But I said, God is going to give Mom and you strength to get through it. November month in 2023, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. My family doctor ordered a colonoscopy for me. So the doctor called and he wanted to see me. And he didn't advise me to have the colonoscopy because I had so much fluid in my belly. And he said, if I were you, I'd go home, call your family, and go with them and enjoy the time that you got left. So my daughter asked, how long do you think? And he said, it could be 3 weeks. She may be here till Christmas and maybe not. So I came home, and anyway, my family did come. And then I went in, and they had to do a biopsy on me. And that was the first time I was in the hospital for 52 years. So I was a little bit nervous on the first of it. So when I laid down on the table to do the biopsy, I felt 2 sets of arms around me. And I said it was my husband's and the Lord's. So when she had it partly done, she said, Mrs. Davis, you're a real trooper. And I said to her, my love, God was with you. And he had his arms and my husband's around me. And I felt wonderful. I went and I did my treatments, and I never had any problem. When my treatments was finished, I had a scan. They told me that they never seen chemo ever work like it worked on me. When I went for to have my surgery, and I got up in the morning and I got my shower and I went to the hospital, and I wasn't that one bit scared. I had my family with me, and they were upset. And I said, don't be upset, my love. I said, Mama's not scared. I said, I got my faith in trusting the Lord, and he's going to bring me back. All the churches there have prayed for me. One of my friends had a prayer with me each time I went for a treatment, and she prayed for the family. You know, you can get through with God's help and your family and friends. I went in and I had my surgery. I wasn't a bit scared. And she said, Mrs. Davis, you know you're going to have a big surgery. She said, I'm not saying that you're going to have a bag on your side, but it looks like it's something on the bowel. I said, yes, my love, but I'm not scared because the Lord is with me. So when I come to, she said, Mrs. Davis, we had your surgery booked for 6 hours. She said, I did it in 2 hours and 40 minutes. The tumors was all gone. There's no cancer. And I feel wonderful. I feel like I never had anything done. So they did another scan about a couple months ago. I went back into St. John's, and she hugged me 3 times, and she said, you're cancer-free. I shared my fate with a patient that was doing chemo with me. I said, whatever you do, my love, just hang on, have faith, and trust in the Lord. Her husband came to me before he went home, and he said, thank you so much. You don't know how you touched my wife's heart. She came and she brought me 2 little gifts. One was this bracelet, and she got a heart on it. And she told me each time I look at that heart, remember what my story did to hers. And she said, I never heard anyone talk about the Lord so strong like you. Thank you for telling me your story. I really think that's my purpose of living. So many people needs to hear that God is real, because there's a lot of sadness out there in this world. I like for people to know that God is real and He can work miracles. I'm the living proof of one. And this is what I like for people to know, that God is real.
It's clear that we believe God works through people. Every story, song, and message that is shared here on Heart Matters is done through people. On and off camera, God is using people to speak His message of hope. And here's where you can help. Go ahead and send us suggestions of people from your area that could be a part of an upcoming show. What God is doing in the lives of people around us is too good not to share with others. Also, if something you've heard in the show has impacted you, we'd love to hear about that as well. Simply drop by our website and leave us some feedback there, or send us a direct message on social media. And speaking of social media, if you're not yet following us, please join in so you can see the latest on upcoming episodes and events. Still to come in today's show, The Bottom Line with Mike Freake, and more music from Jessica Stringer when Heart Matters returns.
Looking for a quiet, clean, and economical place to stay in central Newfoundland? Emmanuel Convention Center offers hotel and motel rooms, cabins, bunk rooms, and RV lots. We are a family-friendly site featuring nature trails, a playground, and sporting areas. Give us a call today.
From envelopes to tractor-trailer loads, Dooley's Trucking caters to all your shipping needs. Capable of meeting all your shipping requirements throughout Newfoundland. Dooley's Trucking is your choice for fast and efficient delivery. Ship with the best. Ship Dooley's.
My name is Brandon Lee Mullet. I'm the owner here at Gander Appliance and Furniture, and I'd like to welcome you to our new showroom right here in Gander.
We carry a wide variety of furniture brands, including Canadian-made Decorest, Canadel Dining, and a large variety of Ashley furniture. We also carry major appliance brands such as Bosch, Maytag, and Whirlpool. Come visit us at 60 Armstrong Boulevard in Gander or 1 Fairview Street in Lewisport.
We've had a fantastic summer this year. Unfortunately, summer's almost over. Before we know it, it's going to start getting dark at around 4:30. And honestly, I'm not looking forward to those days because I love the long evenings. I mean, it's kind of strange going to work and it's dark and coming home in darkness. Did you know that before the 1800s, timekeeping was strictly a local event? Clockmakers would set their time and gear their clocks to whenever the sun reached its zenith each day in their area, until a Canadian named Sir Sandford Fleming proposed to divide the world into 24 different time zones, with the United States having 9 of them. Now, we're most familiar with 4 of them: Pacific, Mountain, Central, and Eastern. And we all know that our island of Newfoundland has its own time zone, and within our province we have 2. So, it can get a little bit confusing, I know. But in certain places in Canada, the discussions are continuing on whether or not we should get rid of daylight savings time. Listen, timing is everything. Success in life is all about timing. Timing is the difference between a good joke and a bad joke. Success in life is all about timing, doing the right thing at the right time. That's why Sidney Crosby gets paid as much as he does. It's because he has a great sense of timing. For a moment, can I talk to you about God's time zone? Now, what do you mean by that? You mean like God has his own time zone? Well, in a sense, yeah, I think he does. I think that a lot of people get discouraged and frustrated with God because we fail to understand that God works in a very different time zone than us. So it's not surprising that people get frustrated with God because most people expect God to operate in their time zone. Most people want God to do the things they want when they want it done. And that's the type of world that we live in right now, and humanity is naturally wired to think that way. But that's not how God works. There are reasons why God answers prayers and does the things that he does when he does it. And those reasons are far beyond our understanding and comprehension. Everything that God does is in his perfect timing. Did you know that in the Bible, in the book of Romans, it says that at just the right time, Christ died for us. And in Galatians, it says that when the time was right, God sent his son. You know, when I read that, it's amazing because it tells me that God always has a reason when he does what he does. You see, humanity operates by seconds. God operates by seasons. And whatever season you may be in right now, trust God's timing. You may be in a season right now where it feels like everything is unraveling in your life. And life doesn't make any sense, and you can't understand why things are happening the way that they are. And you wonder, well, where is God, and why is he not doing more to change my circumstance? There's not one person who has not asked that question. There are many times that we don't understand God's timing, and we can't comprehend why God does the things that he does and when he does them. The bottom line is this: it's not just enough to trust God, we have to trust his timing. And the sooner that we understand that and choose to live in his time zone, the more peace we'll have.
There is written in the book of life, and on the palm of Jesus' hand, in the story of redeeming love, there I recognize my name. On the day I chose to trust in him, when I turned from death to life, he was waiting with a robe and ring, and now I can testify that I belong. I belong to Jesus. He is my rock, my strength, my song. Yes, I belong to Jesus. When it's clear the world is not my home, or if I forget it's not, may he turn my eyes upon himself, so it's him for who I long. When the brokenness of sin surrounds, when people fail and leaders fall, still the Lord will be my hiding place. I am safe upon the rock, for I belong. I belong, yes, I belong to Jesus. He is my rock, my strength, my song.
We belong to Him, friends. At the beginning of the show, I mentioned how perspective is everything. You can choose to think of belonging to Jesus in a negative way, but when you start to understand that we are His prized possession, that's life-changing. 1 John 3:1 says, "See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God." We are God's children, and I don't know about you, but that rings deep in my heart today. I want to thank Jessica for singing those beautiful songs over all of us, and a big thank you to Irene for sharing her story with us as well. Irene's battle-tested faith can be yours too. When we learn to trust Him, our faith grows, and that's our hope for all of you. Until next time, we pray God's best for your life, and we hope that you join us again next week.